Matthäus Nunes looks nailed on for the summer. See, that annoys me more than it makes me happy. That annoys me. Why was that not done in the summer gone? Why is that not being done now? Why do we wait for the summer? Like, do you know what I mean? It's fucking Wolves we're dealing with here. Do you know what I mean? It's Wolves. Now they'll want to keep him, and Lopetegui want to keep him at all costs, but like in the summer, that is a deal that should have been done last summer, and that just highlights those FSG arrogant bellends negligence. I don't want to turn this into another hour FSG rant because I know me and Craig have been just flat out doing that. We've been coming on and taking turns with both barrels going. That's because the reason is that they're the root of all the problems. John W. Henry impression. Okay, here we go. Yeah. Hello, John. Yeah, for sure. Yeah, of course, as usual, we need fucking midfielders. Jurgen, don't worry. We finally got you Matthäus Nunes. You're welcome. Oh, really? When will he be here? This week? No. Don't be fucking silly. In the summer. Okay. In the summer. You'll get him in the summer. It's fine. What? And then Klopp proceeds to smile as if we've just gone 1-0 down to Gillingham or something. I see. The problem is, like, as much as we say Klopp, we're getting annoyed at Klopp. Klopp's hands are tied behind his back, okay? He is the employee of the football club. He is not going to go against the owners. He is not going to go against his bosses. He can't because it's his job. I'm not going to come on to an Anfield Agenda stream and say, oh, yeah, that Craig fella, oh, Jesus, what a fucking, oh, you know what, he needs to be paid, you know. No, you don't do that. Not that I have any problems about Craig because I actually have a good boss, unlike Jurgen Klopp, because he's getting shafted by John W. Bellend. As much as Klopp publicly is not coming out and saying things, you know deep down he's absolutely raging with what's going on. And if he had the freedom to sign who we wanted, the club we'd have right now would be a whole different one for the better. Chelsea reach verbal agreement to sign João Felix on loan from Atletico Madrid. The fee is 11 million euros. Man United and Arsenal were keen on the 23-year-old and they had a choice, but the Chelsea project appealed. Really? Wow. Chelsea getting João Felix seems like the worst fit out of all three clubs for him. And I think Man United and Arsenal both would have benefited more from João Felix than Chelsea. Again, it's another signing that Chelsea have made that it's kind of a player that you don't really know his best position. I don't know. That's a weird one. That is a weird one. But it's a good sign for Chelsea. Fair play. I think João Felix has a lot to offer. Honestly, what does he offer that Kai Havertz doesn't? That's what I mean. That's the last sort of player Chelsea need. It really makes no sense. Literally makes no sense. Like, what? Really? What? They need a striker, man. Again, Nkunku, and they're getting him in. He's not a striker, a proper striker too. I don't understand it. Chelsea's owner is very ambitious. JWH, take notes from your compatriot. Now, see, there's obviously a key difference there in first of all, the timelines and the enthusiasm of each owner. They're only in the door. They have to make Chelsea work because it's their new project. That's the key difference we have here. John W. Henry and FSG are coming to the end of their tenure. They've made their bed. They've done it. They've come in. They've spent money. They've brought the club forward tenfold, it's fair to say. But they don't have an urge or a need or a want to keep investing because they've done it. They've mission completed for them. They've won everything there is to win. They've made their money. So they are coasting now. They don't care anymore. Do you know what I mean? They don't need to. That's the difference. So that's exactly why we need new owners. We need a Todd Bowley. We need not even a Todd Bowley. We just need someone with money to come in and someone who has a point to prove because then that's what the difference is. Something fresh, something new. Paul Joyce has been speaking today and he has said Liverpool are not in a scenario where the players have stopped listening to Jurgen Klopp, but rather they are unable to do what he wants. That is worse. Screaming of a team in transition or decline. Wow, Jesus Christ. First bit of the news. Oh, okay. They're unable to do what he wants. Oh, brilliant. And that's the thing. That's the thing. Jurgen Klopp can talk and tell them whatever he wants. He can use his usual managerial prowess. However, when you have players that are just past it and not good enough anymore, they can't implement your instructions. So that's why this very statement is why we are fucked. We are absolutely finished. We need new midfielders. We need new midfielders. I don't worry about the strikers. I don't worry about our attackers. I don't worry about our defense. I worry about our midfield because when the midfield is right, everything else will have a domino effect of being right. That's the key. But that statement right there is fucking petrifying. Liverpool are not in a scenario where the players have stopped listening to Jurgen Klopp, but rather they are unable to do what he wants. To be honest with you, you know me, I was always kind of optimistic, always have been optimistic. But since that Brentford game, that was the moment where I was like, oh, actually, we are fucked. We are fucked. And without midfield reinforcements, our days at the top are gone. And the longer we wait to do those reinforcements, the further behind we fall. So yeah, it's going to be a turbulent couple of years. I don't care if anyone here has belief of top four. I fair play to you. It's not happening without a midfielder. That is not. We literally don't have a midfield. As this article highlights, the players are unable to do what Klopp wants. We're declining. We're in transition. So literally, no matter how long we spend on the training ground, like Harvey Elliott is going to wake up tomorrow and turn into the reincarnation of Iniesta. We're not going to magically turn this around. So without January signings of the midfield, we won't finish top four. I bet my life on it. But if we don't get top four, which we won't, I hope we finished outside of Europe completely because, actually, to be fair, the Europa League is in Dublin next year. So for only that reason, I hope we get. I would rather fifth would be fine for me if we win the Europa League because it's in Dublin. That would be fantastic. Graham Bailey, who has said Naby Keita and Alex Oxlade-Chamberlain could be offered contract extensions at Liverpool. Now, I'm going to keep it 100 with y'all. I don't know Graham Bailey. Oh, here we go. Graham Bailey is a transfer correspondent for 90 Min Football, an insider for Team Talk and Sirius XMFC. So we can put that news right in the bin. We don't yet. Listen, how would he know is what I said. How would he know? I don't really care. First of all, on that news, okay, Oxlade-Chamberlain being offered a contract would genuinely drive me insane. That would be the most negligent move possible, and I would absolutely be in uproar against it. However, a contract for Naby Keita would not be the worst thing in the world because it wouldn't be on mental money. And he, on his day, right now with the midfielders available, on his day when fit, he is in our best midfield three. And I will argue that point till doomsday. He is better than Harvey Elliott. He is better than Jordan Henderson. He is better than Curtis Jones. So for the right centre mid role, he is the best available person for us. So I would give Naby a new deal, and I would escort Ox to the nearest championship side. Would only make sense if we knew we get a few quid for them in 6 months' time. We could definitely get a few quid for both, actually, but more so Naby. But it would make sense. No, fuck Ox. The money we could potentially get for Ox wouldn't be worth giving him a new 6-month deal or a new deal because that would run the risk of keeping him. No one's really going to pay for Ox, let's be honest. And if they do, it won't be much. Argue then, Paddy. Bring up Keita's stats. He's injured half the season. Yeah, of course. Well, that's with the caveat that when he's fit. When he's fit, he's a good footballer, and he's better than Harvey Elliott. He's better than Curtis Jones, and he's better than Jordan Henderson. I don't see the disagreement there. And if anyone does disagree with that, do let me know because I would be intrigued to hear why. If an unformed Naby is the midfielder we're looking for, sadly, I don't know if he can stay fit. That's the most frustrating thing because not that Naby would solve our midfield crisis because we still need at least two as well. But if Naby could actually get into some fitness, that could be huge. That would save us, I think, signing one, but we'd still need two. But with Naby leaving, I think we need three. If Naby could come into somewhat of a form, I think two would be fine. A Bellingham and maybe a Caicedo or an Enzo Fernandez, but more like a Bellingham and Caicedo in the summer or January. Obviously, one and one, and Keita being fit would be huge. Ox has no use or ornament. He's no use. Well, Paddy, pay me his money, and if I'm ever fit, I'll turn out at Anfield for a few minutes a week. Sounds like a good deal. Yeah, I know, but you couldn't play as good as he could. I know. Funny joke. His fitness is terrible. But when he's fit, he's class.